So the topic this morning is going to be the ethics of handling a minor impact soft tissue case. And there are three basic problems that we have to talk about, that we're confronted with. Is one, the attorney that accepts a crummy settlement. I mean, what do we call an attorney that accepts crumbs on the case? A crummy attorney. So, the attorney that accepts crumbs on the case because he's afraid to try the case, which is understandable in today's climate. I mean, the legal cemetery is filled with defense verdicts. And the reason for that is very simple. There's a yellow brick road that we have to follow to try this case. And you can't wander off that yellow brick road. And the reason we're here today, I've spent several years just researching the medical, the legal, the scientific truth. And I have books of information. And I've had to condense this down. I've taken acting classes on how to and learned the value of using props at trial. I mean, think about props at trial. What bores a jury more than anything else is this. Do people watch TV today, or do they listen to the radio? They want show and they want tell. They want to be entertained. They want you to make it interesting. And one of the things attorneys want to do is, well, the jury doesn't want to hear, I don't want to spend all this time, I just want to get through it. And that's another problem we're going to come up with about winging it at trial. So there's three ethical problems: the crummy settlement, the Dear John letter when you can't even, the client won't take the crumbs, I'm just going to dump the case. And the third is, well, I couldn't settle it for crumbs, and then I can't drop the case, so I'm going to try it. I'll just walk in unprepared and just wing it. So on the crummy settlement, is it ethical for an attorney to take a case promising the best representation that they can give, knowing in their heart down the line that they're never ever going to go to trial in this case? So let's talk about that just for a second, okay? I want you to turn around and talk to whoever's sitting next to you, and just for a minute, and we're going to take a vote. Is it ethical for an attorney to take a case knowing he's going to take crumbs on the case and get out of it? He'll never take it to trial. Is that ethical? Because he never discusses that fact with the client. No. Let's take a break. Talk about it for a moment. Talk to your fellow attorneys. Okay, thank you. Okay. I just got a call from Allstate. And they said it's very ethical to take crumbs on cases. Okay? No question about it. They'll never turn you into the bar for taking crumbs. Okay, let's take a show of hands. How many people think that it's ethical just when it's up front, non-disclosure to the client, for the attorney that's afraid to try this case, it's just going to accept the crumbs that he can get and just get rid of it? How many people think that's ethical? Wow. Not a one. The second problem, the Dear John letter. What about the attorney that says, the client won't take crumbs on the case, so I'm just going to send out a Dear John letter, and this case is over with. I am not going forward on this case. He never disclosed that fact to the client. Let's talk about that for a minute. Thank you.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Your hypothetical, are you assuming that step one is still true? In other words, that you knew from the outset that you weren't willing to go all the way?
True. Yeah, you knew at the beginning that you're going to take this case, and if you get crumbs on it, it's over with. I am not going to trial on this case, and if the client won't accept the crumbs, I'm sending a Dear John letter. That's the facts. Talk about it just for a minute, please. Huh? I do? Okay, I gotta go. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Carl, I think you should go a little over 9 because you got seated late and go a little bit into
Okay.
Freeman's.
Okay.
But you got about 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So how many attorneys believe that it's ethical to know that you're going to try to get crumbs on the case and you're going to send the Dear John letter if the client won't accept the crumbs? How many attorneys believe that's ethical? None. Thank you very much. What about the attorney that just says, well, I'm just going to go in and wing it at trial? You know, well, well, I'll tell you what. Well, that may not be unethical, but it's standard operating procedure. Is that right?